Hello, Aries. Hi, welcome, and thank you for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're going to do a timeless reading, so whenever the now is that this reading finds you is the right now to be in. We're going to take a look at the energy that's current and a peek into the future. We're going to see about love, career, general messages for you. We're going to do a nice, well-rounded reading and see what resonates. Leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance is in you. Try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive in, Aries, and get you a little clarity, a little insight and wisdom. I think we're going to start with this one. Let me show you how big it is. I don't know, there's like 300 cards here or something at this point. It's the mystery deck. So let's get you a couple of foundational messages and try to solve some of the mystery. Maybe there's a mystery going on, or you're trying to figure something out. I actually see you reading in between the lines, or having to. So let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What are the opening messages that would be helpful for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to know right now? Please and thank you. Words with action. Maybe that's why you were reading in between the lines. Maybe they were big words, but somebody did not have the action to follow. I feel like I actually see you. Ooh, this was upside down. Maybe that's yours too, making it up to you. So maybe somebody that didn't follow through is going to make it up to you. They're going to put action behind those words, behind the promises that they didn't keep. Because I see you frustrated with someone because you follow through. You do what you say you're going to do. You show up when you say you're going to show up. Even if you can't show up, I feel like you have no problem sending a text, making a rain date, something like that. And I feel like maybe somebody kind of did something like that to you where you were waiting, or they just didn't show up, or they didn't follow through, or I'm getting somebody that made plans again and then didn't keep it again. I feel like that kind of got to you. I'm even getting like wishy-washy excuses for you, Aries. That's not your energy I'm getting. I'm getting somebody else like not really telling you exactly why they didn't follow through. Maybe somebody doesn't know, or maybe somebody's situation was complicated. But I do see somebody wanting to come through, wanting to tell you the truth, wanting to express to you what happened. And I see somebody filling in those gaps that make you feel better. Actually, you're satisfied. But I still feel like somebody almost was disappointed with themselves because they know they disappointed you. I feel like you saw a lot of potential in someone, or gave somebody the benefit of the doubt, and they sort of let you down. But I feel like they don't want to do it again. So maybe give someone the benefit of the doubt again, see where they're coming from, see if their actions actually match their words, or if that is a repeating pattern. And if it's a repeating pattern, I feel like you're going to take your beautiful words and your beautiful actions and either leave that situation, or I don't know why I see you entering new territory. That could be a new environment. Maybe some of you are moving, new clients, new partner, new coworkers. I'm not sure. Let's see. Trust your gut. So whatever I said with someone's actions and their words, maybe you feel like somebody has the beautiful words, but there's something that makes you feel a little off in your stomach. Trust your gut in both ways though, because I feel like that is both that exciting butterfly nerves kind of energy. So it could be that someone's just a little nervous around you. Maybe they're coming from the right place. I'm kind of seeing somebody that's a little like uncomfortable socially but for some reason comfortable with you. That was kind of interesting. But if your gut feels like it's twisting and turning and not right, trust your gut. In an environment, in a room, in a situation. Also trust your gut with the right timing of something. But I still feel that butterfly energy. So I feel like it might be telling you something exciting is coming. You know, like almost that something is about to happen, about to arrive. Like good nerves. So I'm not sure. Let's continue. What's another message for Aries? Live in the moment. Live in the moment, Aries. Words with actions. I like the living in the moment. It's being in the now. So right now, in the moment that you are in, how can you put all of yourself into it? Because this is kind of the opposite of that energy where you're like driving down the road and you're like, oh, how did I get to the stop sign already? I don't even remember driving. Or it's that, you know, reading a book, you get to the end of that page and you have to go back and read it again because you were in La La Land. And even though you were reading it, you weren't reading it. You weren't in it. Living in the moment is where you're in it, where the clock melts, where you want time to just keep going. You don't even want to stop doing it. It's like you do something and you feel it's been 20 minutes and you look at the clock and you're like, 4 hours I've been here? Or man, there's only 5 more minutes. I wish there was more hours in the day. What can you do that gets you excited like that? It could even be a person that you hang around, a project you want to begin. Maybe it's making plans today for something you've been thinking about, Aries. Let's get you just a few more. Oh, this is beautiful for you. Self-sufficient. Maybe you are doing something on your own where you don't have to really rely on people that aren't going to show up. Maybe it's working with others who are self-sufficient that definitely follow through. Actions meet words. I feel like you're doing something maybe we should go into the career next, where you have, I hear like security or a good foundation. I see like, I see like a solid foundation. I see something really strong you can build upon, but I don't see that foundation as faulty. I feel like it's self-sustaining. So self-sufficient. Maybe some of you are changing careers, or I don't know. Maybe you have to trust your gut on something you've been thinking about and haven't started. You know, you had the words, you put down the plans, you have had conversations, but you haven't taken action on something. And I don't know why I see like a weekend or after hours. So maybe this is something you don't do and dive completely in, totally change your careers, but it's kind of like a side hustle. It's kind of what I see, Aries. Maybe that side hustle becomes something that really sustains you to make beautiful adjustments in the rest of your life. Give you more free time, more prosperity. I kind of feel like there's either something you're really good at or an idea you've been sitting on and you just need to start, even if it's just like a weekend here, a weekend there, you know, a little extra hour or two at night that you can start to put into something, but I feel like it's going to be worth it. And I actually see that thing you kind of did on the side, you know, maybe just because you enjoy it, you didn't even think it would be like, bring prosperity or money in your life, that especially if it's something that makes you joyful, you know, and you really like to do, I see you being in that project, like you're doing something where the clock falls away. So, I just heard in your corner, and then I saw, Aries, I saw a cheerleader. So maybe if someone in your corner are coming in that's going to really cheer you on, support you along the way. I actually see with that cheerleader, somebody very enthusiastic, either about helping you or talking about what you're doing. Maybe they're working with you, maybe they're not, but I kind of see that word of mouth situation. So either somebody that gets a door open for you, the right connection you've needed, an interview you never thought you'd get, or somebody that's kind of like walking advertisement for you, just kind of like really loves you, Aries, and maybe brings you some clients or customers, or I just see like advertising now. So you see how this mystery deck works? I haven't even gone to the other decks yet, but I don't know. I love how they bring kind of interesting messages through. So one more, uno más for Aries. Oh yeah, you gotta let go and let God. There's something you have to let go of. There's something that's gonna work out for you. I actually see you putting energy into you, releasing energy where things aren't changing or others aren't changing, or it's you worrying about it, or putting excessive energy doesn't seem to make a difference. You have to release your energy on someone or something. So something can just work itself out, or that's giving you the space to work something out in you, for you. And God's helping you along the way here. You have divine guidance. You're actually glowing in the dark a little bit. So this is having faith, but this is, I hear you're standing tall. I just feel like you're really attractive right now, Aries. I feel like even if it's a dark situation, or you feel like you're in the dark, you're like a moth to a flame, or someone's gonna be a moth to your flame. You're just gonna glow in a different way where people are just gonna want to help you. But trust your gut to know that people are in, trust your gut. You're gonna get the discernment you need if somebody is trying to use all your light for their own benefit. That was kind of a weird message to come through, but you're gonna know if someone's kind of sucking your energy away. I feel like you're gonna close that door pretty easily, or have awareness of it. It's giving me a little hermit energy. So I do feel like you have a special glow, which is attractive to others, inspiring to others. The hermit's very wise. I don't know why I see the hermit now. Alone, I mean, you do have self-sufficient, so maybe alone time is going to give you clarity, but if somebody's kind of using your light as a guide a little too much, one of the wise things a hermit can do is be a tough teacher and know how to turn that light off so somebody else can learn to find their own light switch, because that's more powerful to teach someone than to always be the guide all of the time. So maybe you're even helping somebody else be self-sufficient. This is very much like if you're trying to help someone and your intentions are in the right place. You can lead a horse to water, Aries, but they have to be ready to drink. They have to be thirsty enough. They have to figure out that water will be nutritious and help them get farther. So self-nourishing. If you're always giving and you have an empty plate, eventually your plate's gonna run out and your light's gonna, I see your light just going out. I saw one of those sparklers that goes out. So fill up your own cup, live in the moment, start to follow your joy. Let's get a card on, what is this? Life and career. So general life and career messages to help Aries on making it up to you, trusting your gut, self-sufficient, live in the moment, words with actions, and let go, let God. Also, if you have something you really desire, but you are putting so much tension on it, that tension is constraining for something to have the space to grow and get bigger and unfold naturally. So I'm even getting that rubber band thing. I just saw tug of war. So if you're playing tug of war with someone, there's tension back and forth, even if it's a good game and someone's just as strong as you, even though letting go might make somebody fall down, fall back, fall behind, I kind of feel like maybe that release actually helps somebody get back up too. And then I see you giving them your hand. All right, you ready to get up now? So I'm not sure what that's about. Sometimes I get just visions that are explanations on the energy of a situation. So Life and career for Aries. What would be the biggest message to be helpful, please? And thank you. Oh, you have money matters. You have pennies. So maybe it's about saving up. A little goes a long way. Pay attention to your finances. Maybe there's something small that you can invest that will bring sufficient funds later. But this is telling you right now to pay attention to your money, your finances. I even see you looking at, I don't know, figures. Because this makes me think of like pennies, like that you can put in a jar, or quarters, a spare change. So the things that you don't even think about that could actually add up. You know, I just see, I could just see like, you know, I used to save all my quarters in the city. You know, when I lived there, I had extra quarters all the time. And occasionally I would just go to, I'd go to the bank and turn it in and it'd be like $700. Like you usually just like have it in your drawer. So maybe you need to put something all together, you know, in an organized place. That little spare change you don't think matters could actually make a very big difference for something that I did see advertising, or something you need to maybe spend on one thing to begin a project. Money matters a lot right now. Watch your expenses and save up for the future, because you're going to need to be prepared for something that's unexpected. I do see you, I saw that security before. So I do feel like even if you don't know what that is, that you might have to spend some money on, and that's neutral. This is not like, you know, negative or positive as far as the situation. It's just something you have to spend on. So, I mean, that could be a down payment for the house, you know, you've been looking for, or maybe a rental property and you're going to be a landlord, but that perfect opportunity comes out of nowhere. And because you're starting right now, it's telling you right now, Aries, is the time to start saving for something that you might not even know about, but you will in the future, and you're going to thank, what is that? Your future self is going to thank you today for starting to take action on something. It could be a vacation. You get this amazing vacation package out of nowhere that you look for, but you gotta, you know, hit the button and buy it today, or, you know, in the future. This could also be some kind of repair that comes. It could also be advertising. It could be something you need to spend on a business you're working on. Maybe the right person that would be helpful for you to get something moving. Maybe somebody that knows more if you do something and you create something, but you're not really, let's say, into computers or technology or something like that. Maybe there's something that would be really helpful, but you have to hire the right expertise. And if you plan for it now, it's going to make a big difference in your future. So I do see you looking at your budget, you know, every day. Maybe it's just putting a little bit aside every day, or a set amount per month, whatever it is for your budget and what you're doing. I do think it's not a lot though. I feel like it's kind of like that spare change. You're not going to feel it going away, but you're going to feel that increase later when you need it. So maybe even for some of you, it's some kind of account or something like that. I do think they have apps for stuff like that, where you can automatically take something out so you don't really see it, you don't really know it's there, you know, it's never put in your savings account, it's going somewhere else, but there's something that's building up. So always do your own research when it comes to finances. But I do see that you are organizing something, and starting today, planning for the future you might not even know about is going to really help you. I feel like your future self is going to high five you, like fist bump you today. Like, good job, you. You started right when you were supposed to. So cool. I feel like maybe we should clarify that though with tarot. So let's do that. Let's clarify money matters. What would be helpful for Aries to know? Let's just dive a little deeper into this situation where money matters a lot now. And there's an exclamation point after that. So now is the time. Now is the time to start. Don't procrastinate here. I feel like it's maybe even one thing you have to do, and it's really easy, but because I see this now, like you do something, you get something set up, then you just let it go, and then it's going to grow. I also see that God is going to provide you the right opportunity, the right thing you were looking for, the right help you need, maybe even the right advice. If this has to do with any kind of wise advice towards investments or money or something like that, I actually see you accidentally talking to somebody, and they have a lot of knowledge and or direct you to the right place you can gain knowledge. Hope that's helpful. Let's get a deeper dive into money matters for, maybe you have to dive deep into something. Clarity for Aries, please and thank you, on money matters. Oh yeah, I'm so excited for you, Aries. Yeah, high five you now for what's coming in, because you're absolutely going to start something now. And you know, this could even be a little, because I see that money now as pentacles, and I see pentacles as energy in the everyday, everything in the what you can touch land of life, people, places, things, your home, your car, your projects, your kids, anything that you can kind of touch on earth might make a difference. So even if this isn't monetary, this could be energy and effort into something you're creating. You know, each one of these little pennies could be a beautiful painting or a canvas that you've made. And every day you do a little bit, and before you know it, you can open your own art gallery on something that you've created. It could be, for some of you, if you do videos or something like that, you know, maybe that first video gets 1 view, feels like, you know, it's like a penny, you know, your friend watched it or something like that, but maybe that adds up. Maybe it's one thing that gets exposed that is all you needed, but you had to put consistent energy into something. And I would say it would probably have to be something that you love and you're into and you're in that moment. And it does look like if you put a lot of seeds in the ground and you planted a lot of time, love, and attention, God is going to bring back a beautiful harvest to you. So this might not be a person. This might be divine, universal energy from spirit making it up to you. But look at these two together. You got the 9 of coins or the 9 of pentacles, and you have the self-sufficient. I see the 9 of pentacles as the self-made man or woman. It's somebody who has their own business. It's somebody that can run a business. It's somebody that worked really hard for what they have. And whether they worked for a life of simplicity or a luxury, they deserve it all, because it's a lot of effort and energy it took to get there. It's interesting. It does have the big parrot, because I thought of a interesting angle on this card. Because usually this card in the regular tarot is like the girl in the yard in the luxurious fabrics with the big ass bird on her arm. And she looks all beautiful, and you can look at it like, oh, look at her in her luxurious garden with her bird. Yeah, but she probably worked for everything that she has. That's probably also the person that designed her own, you know, outfit. That's also the person that probably went out in the garden and trimmed her own bushes and planted her plants herself. And or, you know, if she had to hire someone, she was working and doing something somewhere else and appreciated that help from maybe an expert that could do something she couldn't or he couldn't. And it's appreciation for everything that comes in, all the helpful advice or energy that's put into what you love in your everyday world. Now, the interesting thing is, coming from someone who, from the time I was a child until Mom took Vincenzo like about a year ago after I went on vacation, we sort of swapped. So I had a parrot, and they look really cute, but it's like having a dinosaur human. Parrots are absolutely, it depends on what kind of bird you have, and they're all different personalities, but coming from experience, Even if you have that pretty little bird on your arm, that is a lot of work. Even the bird's a lot of work. You have to change their water. It's like having a 5-year-old that lives till 60. It's a long time. That takes a lot of energy, a lot of attention, you know, fresh food, vegetables, nuts, seeds, toys, exposure. You have to sing to them. You have to talk to them. You have to let them out and, you know, stimulate them. Clean the poop. There's poop everywhere. You have to clean that cage every single day. Wipe it down. Make sure it's, you know. So even someone that maybe from the outside perspective is like, oh, she's sitting there with her pretty bird. He has his pretty bird. No, even the bird took a lot of work. So it's you deserving exactly what you're getting because you put work into it. Now we will look at this upside down because I look at everything both ways. Upside down, it is somebody who is unappreciative of what they have. And maybe this is just giving you awareness of, what does it say? You have to trust your gut, and somebody does want to make it up, but it's words without action. So it's somebody that's lazy. It's somebody that was given a handout or looks for the handout, expects everyone to work for them, but they don't know what it's like to not have it. It's not somebody who, it's somebody who looks down on others, expects the best, wants everyone to buy everything for them because of who they are, but never had that work ethic to really have appreciation for what it is they're given, whether that's a lot or a little. I always see that as somebody that just expects a handout. Even like born in the lap of luxury, but never was taken out to do something for the community. Or, yeah, I kind of see that. Like I always think of, I expect to do all these little personal messages here with you, but let's just say, for example, like when I was 16, I was given a car because I had so many lessons, so many things to go through. So, oh, a 16-year-old got a car? That sounds like, you know, you were just given the luxury. But my particular situation, and only speaking from where I'm coming from, I got a car, but it was an old Volkswagen and it had no engine. It had no engine, it had rust everywhere. So I got a car, but I was told I could drive it as soon as I A, learn how to drive stick, B, put the engine in with my dad, because obviously as a 16-year-old I didn't know how to do that, but I had to help him. I had to be out there, even if it was just holding the flashlight, you know, handing the screwdriver. And then all of the body work I had to do. So I was taught, you know, here, this is what you're gonna do today. Today you're fiberglassing it. Then you're gonna sand it. Then you're gonna prime it. And then you're gonna paint it. And I will tell you, even though it was not the fanciest car, I took care of it. I loved that little car so much. So it was that appreciation behind the work I did for something. But it might be that you buy a Mercedes, but you had to work for that Mercedes, you know, or you had to go to school to have the education to get the job that provided you that. But even if something comes easy, Aries, have appreciation for those that worked with you or helped you get there, that end up to be on your journey with you. Because I feel like for some of you, you can help somebody get into self-sufficient energy. Whew, okay, Aries, I was just gonna do a 15-minute reading. So let's go to love. Let's go to love. Let's see what Aries needs to know about love. This is a combination of the Whispering Heart and the Romance and Love Oracle. I put them together because they were both pink and they kind of looked like each other, and I felt like neither of these decks was big enough on its own, so sometimes I do weird stuff like that. So let's just see what comes through in regards to love, romance, relationships, situationships, even friendships, matters of the heart. Let's make it general for you, Aries. So in matters of the heart, What would be helpful? I'm still not used to the stool situation. I liked on my couch, I was kind of more intimate with you guys by the camera. So I'll probably move back to the couch, but for now I'm just kind of up and down here. So what would be helpful for Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus when it comes to matters of the heart and love. Please and thank you. Oh, baby steps, step by step. I did see something here that was like penny by penny, you know, action by action. Maybe some of you have somebody new coming into your family. Because this could be pregnancy. Maybe some of you are doing something with your children, but it's also a beginning. It's a birth. So it could be the birth of a new career, the birth of you tapping into a new skill you never knew you had, or a new thing in your life you didn't even know you'd be passionate about. So it's a beginning. So don't get frustrated, because baby steps starts with something that's exciting, different, new, even if that's scary. But think of the process of something growing up. So maybe it's the birthing pains. It's a little hard, you know, but then it's lack of sleep. Thinking of, and then maybe it's like the terrible twos, or, you know, the project you're working on, or the situation you're in, or the relationship you have, like, doesn't really work. You're going through some stuff where you're past the honeymoon phase now, and now you're getting into the reality of a situation. And then, you know, eventually something like gets up on their own, has a little independence. They're learning something to the point where something leaves the nest and you don't have to worry about it. I did just think of, for you guys, even though I know we're not doing the finances, I think I saw like the landlord or something like that. So I did see something that might be like residual income, whatever that is. You know, maybe something you even invest in once and it comes back around later somehow. So it says baby steps involving children or taking time to know each other. So this could be a brand new relationship coming in your life, whatever that is. Even if this is a relationship in regards to business, it's still you and someone else loving what you do together, or loving the time you have with that person. But get to know each other, you know, see if somebody has follow through. Trust your gut and discernment in every situation. And I'm getting that this might be a timing thing. You know, so maybe you want to address something, but one day is just not the time, not the right time. Trust your gut. There'll be another time, especially if this is a long process of growth that you get to have with someone. It could be some of you are in a situation where family is involved. I just heard maybe for some of you, family's too involved. So, see if that resonates for you or not. This could be somebody else's family as well. But let's clarify, because it's just telling you to do something small, steady, little by little, day by day, and to allow something to have the natural process of growth, you know, growing, learning. What else would be helpful for Aries? I also like the Aries, you know, you're like the baby of the zodiac, but you know, you're the first. You're the one that kind of sparks everything. You know, you are that little burst. So maybe this is something new, or maybe something begins in Aries season around your birthday. Tell us a little more about baby steps, or another message when it comes to love for Aries. Connections. Right now, it's about the connections you're making. I would say with this, you have a big long bridge here. Pay attention, Aries, to building bridges, not burning them. So if any of you are leaving a situation, I do see maybe you having a connection that could help you in the future. I see you doing something with grace and dignity and charisma, even if you have to kind of be direct. I hope that made sense. Or love is the bridge connecting souls. Cherish these connections. I do see you making either some new connections in your life, the right connections coming in to help you. I just see that person like in your corner. But it's cherishing the connections, and that's also living in the moment. I do see an in-between time here, a journey. Love is the bridge. I am looking at that trust your gut and the let go and let God. So Aries, if some of you feel like there's anyone in your life and they are immature and very childish, and that connection is throwing you off path and or straining or making your energy wobbly, draining you in any way, it is perfectly okay for you to sever that connection. I don't think it necessarily has to be harsh. It might just be a natural occurrence, but I feel like you do need to be in your personal power and trust how you feel around different people. If people always make you feel off or weird, or, you know, they have a childish approach to something, I'm even getting, instead of an elevated spiritual approach, or I saw that deep, you know, that deep approach to something. Maybe just take some of your connections with a grain of salt. Thank you. I will consider that. And then you're like, no, I won't consider that. But, you know, just kind of, I still see you kind of being nice. I'm not getting that this is a really harsh situation, or there's a way for you to soften the blow. I hope that's helpful for you, Aries. I do feel like maybe some of you are going to distance yourself from some people. And I feel like it is going to make whatever you're growing on or your path open up a lot faster. I guess we're doing one more because I started shuffling. I also looked at that at 36, maybe 36. All right, one more for Aries, please, and thank you. It's a bridge again. It's like the same card came through. And these are the two different decks. So definitely you're bridging across something, or maybe it's about building a bridge that was possibly burned in the past, water under the bridge, but it's you making the right connections. You're definitely going on a journey. You're going into this horizon here, into the sunset. You can't quite see it, but you know it's the right path. It's smooth. It was built for you. There could be distance between you and somebody else. Maybe for some of you, it's a long distance relationship, or there's some, like, it's about a long distance call, but it's where any challenges that come in could create space between you. But with all that I said before, with whatever I was talking about, that might be a good thing. Space isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes space gives some time for someone to work something out, to mature, to go their own way. You know, sometimes you're on the path with someone and going a different way is an okay thing, because the right people are going to definitely be attracted to you and come on the path and support you and go in the right direction. Sometimes people grow apart. So it does say there's a long haul, and it's you out of touch. Out of touch. That's like Hall & Oats. You guys got a song. I did just think of, I just looked at the baby steps and I just went Britney on you guys. Oh, baby, baby, what was I supposed to do? Oh, you guys got a Britney song? You're cute. All right, so there might be a challenge between you and someone else, but that is okay. If there's a space that happens, if that bridge is supposed to be mended and, you know, come back, it will. Allow something to be, but I kind of see this a little different too. I do see there's someone that's been at a distance that you might be reconnecting to. So let's clarify these with tarot. I feel like I should use a different tarot deck. And the same one. No, I feel like the same one's right. So maybe we'll do two. Let's do two. Let's do the Art of Life for you and clarify these with this one. So this is the Tarot of the Black Rose. Let's just clarify. I feel like these connection and distance, one is bridging you to someone and one is taking you away from someone. So clarify distance and connections. Please and thank you for Aries. Oh yeah, you're definitely connecting to the right person. You got the Emperor. Aries, that's you. You're coming through in your reading. I love it. The Emperor is so strong. So be strong. You know, the Emperor doesn't, you know, he or she is not wishy-washy in letting somebody else make a decision for them. Even if this Emperor knows that they need to get some clarity on an area of expertise they don't know about, they do their due diligence. They know when, you know, it's right to delegate duties out there, because an emperor doesn't have, the emperor is a hard worker. The good emperor gets out there on the field and sees how the kingdom is growing or not, is relatable. But the emperor also has to take a break. They, you know, not be sitting there on the throne forever. So I don't know why I see this emperor is taking a break. But this is security. This is making really solid decisions that are, maybe some of you are dealing with an emperor. If this is anyone coming in your life, it's somebody in their divine masculine energy. This is someone that's all the kings combined. This is definitely somebody that would either help you or know how to start a business. This is somebody that's had a lot of experiences, whether ups or downs, the beginning or, you know, something really self-sufficient and running. The Emperor knows when something becomes stagnant and is not worth putting energy into anymore, where to rebuild a kingdom, how to do something different. It's being adjustable, but sometimes the Emperor upside down is a tyrant. His way, the highway, does not hear anybody but his own thoughts. He's really harsh upside down because he's not tapping into that divinity. He's all about ego. He's all about the stuff. He's all about having the best and the biggest and the most whatevs. And he's not just really stubborn. He's, I mean, he can be very successful, but he has this weird energy where he doesn't have that discernment in situations. People usually with the Emperor upside down are only there because they have to, they're fearful, or they're going to get something out of it, but not love. You know, it's not that true connection where somebody really loves to be there. But I am getting with this Emperor, you got the rose above where the crown chakra is. You actually have these big blossoming roses above his head. So I do feel like this is an emperor who is open-minded, that looks at the past. Because if you look here, I never even saw this in this card. It's like you're looking way in the past when he was in battle. Then when he was like young and beautiful. I just thought of the Lana Del Rey. And then here, it's like where he fell down. This emperor is not holding on to the past so much. It's using the past and letting it go to bring sufficient masculine, prosperitous, protective, divine energy into his future, your future. So this could be somebody helpful. This is also a boss. Even if it's not a boss, they should be. They have that boss kind of big dick energy. But if it's that kind of energy and it's divine, I mean, that's like the ace of, kind of like the ace of wands. It's very powerful. So it might be that you have to step into your personal power to create this distance, to know who's working with you for the right reasons, who are the right connections to keep in your life, whether they are helping you now in the beginning of a project, or you recognize that a connection you made might be helpful for later in the future where something takes off. I just love that that came through, and that's an Aries. So let's ask about the baby steps. I mean, you do have the Emperor and you have baby steps, and this involves children. So maybe some of you are thinking about a father. You are a father, a grandfather, somebody who's father-like. And I saw somebody getting off the throne. So I feel like this is somehow connecting to somebody. Now I think of my father. How he wanted his girls to know stuff that other girls didn't know how to do, which I'm very grateful for now, even though at the time I didn't quite understand. So, was using a hammer and doing weird stuff, even though I did girly stuff too, but I am grateful for those lessons. So I do feel like this is an emperor that does know how to teach, that wants the best for maybe not even just children, but people that he or she works with to be self-sufficient on their own. I also see how this is somebody who doesn't want to just always be teaching and always be working or always providing, but it's somebody that wants, I see that emperor is wanting to play. It'd be kind of silly and funny. I see now somebody playing baseball. So maybe it's about playing, time off. It does say to where's that one that says your moments? Cherish the connections. So let's ask about the beginning. Family matter. You have family matters and money matters. Tell us another deeper message for Aries. The Three of Cups, and I am looking at it upside down. So this is actually a really beautiful energy. The Three of Cups is connections. The connections that you love, the people you have fun with. I did just talk about having fun and playing. So this could be going to a party, meeting somebody at an event, others that you groove around, because these are people that you have fun with. They are people that support you, that love you. The Three of Cups upright is that person where even if you're having a slump or a breakup or something like that, they come over and they're like, what do you need, my amazing friend? I see you're going through it. Do we need to eat some Ben and Jerry's today and watch, weird things on Netflix? Do you want to go out and have some fun and forget about this? Or do you want me to just sit here and be with you? But they remind you of who they are because they believe in you through the ups, through the downs. They're the energies that support you, but not push you. Now, we look at everything both ways. So upside down, that can be people that are around somebody for the wrong reasons. People that are gossips. People that maybe were around an emperor to get some money out of him. Or, have the right powerful connection to make them feel more powerful. Like I just see somebody trying to get into, why did I just think of attention? Is that Charlie Puth that does that and like somebody's going around all the parties? Or no, maybe it's a Justin Bieber song. Like somebody trying to get in the VIP line because they're using somebody else's name. Like, oh, no, I know so-and-so, I should be on the list. I feel like that list was just cut off to that person. Because I don't think it was a true friendship. It could be because it's family matters here. There are people in a family that are at odds with each other. But I'm getting a little bit more like friends and acquaintances. This is definitely a group upside down you want to trust your gut around. Because if you're around a bunch of gossips, you're around a bunch of people, they make you feel a little off. They're talking about everyone else's business. And you've told them your business, they're going to probably talk about your business too. This is where people try to shine a shadow on others to make them feel more special. It's kind of like the Mean Girls. They look pretty and shiny on the outside, and then you get to know them, and there's lack of depth. I'm even seeing like a moral compass is kind of askew. And it usually drains others. It could also be like vampire energy sort of thing, where they latch on to others and kind of pull that energy out and leave somebody feel completely drained. Especially if it's relating to that Nine of Coins, somebody always looking for a handout if it's upside down. So just have awareness, because this is such extreme versions. It's kind of fun all around. The Three of Cups is kind of fun. But is it fun that leaves you stagnant and drained, or fun that uplifts you and elevates you? So it could just be groups of people, but do pay attention to the vibration of those groups, Aries, how you feel specifically around them. And don't be afraid to cut some people off if they're acting like they did when they were 16 and you want to move along and you want to do something with maturity. And it's not playing, you know, because you can have someone, you can go out with them and you feel like you're a 16-year-old with them, but you're not doing things that are kind of like making you feel like a dumbass and getting you in trouble like when you were 16. So that's sort of what I am seeing, Aries. But I want to clarify that Three of Cups. Tell us a little more about what Aries needs to know about that Three of Cups, please. Oh yeah, it's the upside down Three of Cups, Aries. But we'll look at this both ways too. So you got the Five of Wands. This is competition. So these could be people that pretend to be your friend, but are secretly competing for something behind your back. So maybe, you know, have that awareness of people that are around you. The Five of Wands is where it's like too many cooks in the kitchen. Too many people have an opinion. No one's getting anywhere. No one's hearing the other person. It's like everybody's swinging their bat and their thing and nobody's playing the same game, you know? It's like you have somebody playing tennis, somebody playing baseball, somebody playing football, and they're all in the field and they're all like not understanding, you know, how someone else came to, why do you have that ball? What are you doing? So it's like in one ear, out the other, closed-mindedness, a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, and no one ever gets anywhere. It's like just a big old muck that feels like a battle, but no one ever really comes out winning. Now, we will look at this, because if you have friends around you that are on your team, you have that powerful Emperor here that recognizes the potential in the people that he or she loves, sees that they, you know, they all do try to get along. They're all helping each other. They might be really different in their talents or what their interests are, but working together, he sees if they're all coming from this authentic, loving heart, they have so much potential that, you know, he's going to put them on the scrimmage match situation together. That's how I see it. So, you know, if you have one team and you have the big Super Bowl coming up, you want to play a couple of practice matches first before you play an actual, let's not go to the Super Bowl. That's kind of big, but like, let's just say it's high school. You know, you're on the field, you're all in the same school, but you put different jerseys on. So you have the practice match. So that first big game you play against the other team, you've had some practice. So you're on different teams, but really on the same team to help each other get better. That's how I see that. So even though it's like a rough game, you're not really against the other person. You're actually in their court. You're there to help them and inspire them to expand and to grow. I kind of see this one upside down as the really hard, like coach, you know, or the personal trainer. It's like, when you're in the gym and you're like, I really just don't want to do 15 more squats. Like you could be crying, you could be ready to puke, but they recognize you can do it. You did more than that last week. You're going to do it. And they're like, come on, one more. And you're like, I hate you so much. I don't know why I always see squats, but it's that one that believes that you can do it. And they're not going to push you over the, you know, they're going to see when you are done, when you're ready to, like, you can't actually do anymore. But they're going to make you strive a little bit harder, past your comfort zone, give you that friction because they believe that you can be better. So take that as it is, Aries. You know, that could be how someone else feels about you. That could be your situation towards others. Or it could be simply stepping in that position of power to, you know, I'm getting like create a beautiful kingdom of harmony instead of chaos. And it might take that Emperor energy to connect to people. I'm kind of seeing like connected people in different ways. You know, getting across to one person might take one approach. Getting across to another person might take a totally different approach. I hope this is helpful so far, Aries. Let's get you one from The Art of Life. What would be helpful for Aries? Always with these readings, I just have to trust and go with the flow as messages come through, because once they start, they just keep coming. Even though my ego in the beginning is like, I'm gonna do a short 15-minute video and get it done. It's like, no, it doesn't work. Once I get in the flow, it goes. All right, so just having faith, let go, let God. Hopefully this reading gets to where it will be helpful. Also, thank you so much for being here. I have not done an actual, done the astrology signs in a long time. I started doing a lot of the collective readings. So if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, and I thank you for doing so. I really appreciate it. Something simple like that does help these videos get to where they need to be. And I feel so blessed for the support I get from you, because everybody that comes to this channel is so beautiful and lovely, and I feel like you're my soul family, and I'm so thankful for you. So let's get one for Aries. Oh yeah, you got a Queen of Wands. That's also you, Aries. You are doing something with confidence. Also, maybe you're really tapping into like masculine and feminine, because I feel like the Queen of Wands is the one that inspires others. The Queen of Wands is so bright and beautiful. She's not afraid of anybody like stealing her spotlight. She has, she doesn't care if she's doing makeup in the green room, or if she's a background player, because I always see her kind of like an actress, but this is just an energetic imprint. She can be an extra. She's still going to shine. She's still going to meet people. She's still going to make the connections that she needs, even if she's just a background player. The Queen of Wands has so much confidence in who she is, how special and unique and different she shines, that she doesn't even compare herself to others. Unless she's upside down, then she's always in competition. She's always afraid of her spotlight being taken away by the younger, bigger, brighter, more talented next best thing. And she's insecure about that. So she orchestrates situations. So she's like very jealous upside down. So she could be upside down, one of those mean girls, one of the people in the Five of Wands, starting chaos, starting drama king or queen, because she acts at that lower vibration of like the jelly energy. But that's kind of just filling in the gap of what she doesn't believe in herself, because upright, she has so much beauty, potential, sparkle, shine, talent, ambition, drive, creativity. I feel like the Queen of Wands upright is kind of has like a little spiritual spotlight that just follows her around, even if it's not that she's, because sometimes she's very quiet. The Queen of Wands isn't always an extrovert. She's not always in that desiring position where she wants to be the star of the show. Sometimes she's like, she wants to be, really undertone. She doesn't want people in her business, but there's still something about her soul. There's something about her energy where she's just noticed. She just comes across as beautifully confident and powerful, even if it's just in simplistic forms. So this is, and she's also the one that I always see her as the friend that, she's like the cheerleader one. She's like the one that speaks on behalf of other people. Like she sees a talent that her friend has. Let's just say I saw the painter before, a painter, and she'll be like, she'll take a picture of it. She'll be like, oh, I'm going to take a picture. Can I have that as the background on my phone? And then this is a person that, let's say, never thought they'd sell a painting. She would be the one to go out somewhere, get in a conversation with someone, be like, dude, my friend is the best painter ever. Oh, I have it on my phone. You want to see what they do? And like sell your painting for like $10,000. And you're like, what? Somebody's buying my painting? And she's like, yeah, they're going to give you $10,000 for it. They think it's the most amazing thing they've ever seen. They're going to hang it like in their store or in their restaurant or in their whatever. And she would be the one to like get somebody into something they never even thought they would do or believe in them, because she believes in them. She doesn't ever feel like she's going to lose something from believing in someone else. It's just more fun to do it together. So the greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches. You do have this self-sufficient energy, and you do have the Emperor here that does run a kingdom, or can, or should. But, you know, the Emperor wants everybody in the kingdom to feel successful. Not just to be the only one successful on the throne. And success has different value and different meanings for different people. You know, let's just say it's a business owner. You might have some employees that want to work 2 days a week because they want to spend time with their kids. You know, they have something else they do on the side. They like to take vacations. They just need a little bit of extra pocket change to get their nails done and go on vacation every once in a while. But they'll fill in. And then maybe you have someone else that wants to work full time because they have big dreams. They want to buy a couple properties. They want to get everything, you know, really secure in their life and feel good and stable. You have different value systems of what wealth is. So a good emperor also recognizes those differences, but there's still that underlying energy of someone feeling happy about what they have. So this is someone who reveals riches and wealth to him that are his own. Just all that, also that friend. This is that friend, you know, that somebody has a breakup and they're like, why are you down in the dumps? Why did you even bother your time with that person that wasn't seeing how amazing you are? Or maybe you just didn't get along, you know? Someone's gonna be really, really inspired and feel really blessed to have you. But if you just need a day, I'm gonna come over, I'm gonna remind you how amazeballs you are. We're gonna get through this, or I'll just leave you alone, but you call me if you need me, whatever it is. But they like pick you up. They remind you who you are. Now, not even like what you do or what you have, who you are. That's that inner light. That's so much more valuable. That's so much more important. Aries. This was a big reading. So I'm going to probably only I get to do one of these every once in a while. And just pop through with the, you know, the zodiac readings. I do want to get you a message from the universe because I was going to do this before. So, one final message. I do like that you got all of these beautiful fiery cards that represent you in this reading. Where am I see any final messages? I sort of feel like Aries, just an extra side message since these did come through after love. If there was maybe a situation where you are or you were connected to an emperor and you were maybe feeling like you were in competition, maybe somebody else was in competition but you actually weren't. I'm kind of getting that you can't compete with where you can't compare. So definitely don't compare yourself. But I do feel like either you're connecting to this queen or this queen is connecting to this emperor. And I don't think, I don't think any of these, if they're weird energies here on the outside, are going to come in between that. But I also see this as also a beautiful support in whatever dynamic that is. Because I see like a, I don't know why I see like a whole group of people that work together like co-workers, but not where it feels like work, where it feels like that's like an extended family, which actually feels really nice. But you do have one situation you're leaving and one you're going to. So maybe you're leaving one weird environment and going to a pretty awesome one. Maybe you even have an amazing boss. Or maybe you start a business and you're paying attention to your business being a little more you know, like a beautiful family where people really feel valued and cared about than just like getting by. I see a lot of faithfulness with certain people with you, whoever, or that emperor, whoever that is. What is this? If something deep within you, wait, we're going back to this. So extra message, Aries, to know about. We're going to, I love how these usually connect to the universe ones. If something deep, I did say something deep about something deep before, within you tells you that something is not quite right, trust it. If you are unhappy in your life, change it or change something. It is entirely up to you. This is the confidence to do it. Also with the Queen, she can pursue, but she knows who to allow into her life, who values what she has to offer. She is the sit back and nope, I'm gonna let the right thing come to me. Come hither, because she's the Queen, you know? But that Emperor definitely knows how to pursue, provide, and make choices. It is entirely up to you. Stop making excuses. You're in control of your life. You know, not these busybodies over here with the gossip and the big mouths, or the ones that, you know, don't even know why they're playing the game or didn't bring the right equipment to the game in the first place. It's you, even if you have to go back and take baby steps. Feel like you're starting all over. I feel like it's going to be a beautiful journey. If something deep within you tells you that something is not quite right, just trust it. If you are unhappy with your life, change something. It is entirely up to you. Stop making excuses. You are in control of your life. So it is with that let go and let God, stepping back into that sense of control of what you can control, which is you. You can't control someone else's growth or how fast they learn or what they think or what they do, but you can control you. And when those changes start inside you, they will reflect to your outside world. And that change in your vibration might change the vibration and the dynamic between you and others. You're going to notice things you didn't notice before. You're going to see opportunities you didn't recognize were right there. And you're probably going to re-emerge with this new vibration. And I don't know, I just see beautiful people around you that love your light. So I hope this was helpful, Aries. I love you so very much. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a beautiful day or night. And I look forward to seeing you in the collective readings. I'm here every day doing them. And kind of like this reading, they go all over the place. You never quite know where the messages are going to go every day. So thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you soon. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I wish you many, many, many beautiful blessings, Aries.